Welcome back to Tu-Vie, your TV movie entertainment needs channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Barbie, so if you guys have not seen Barbie, what are you doing? It's probably out on digital by now. Go watch it. It's a fantastic movie, but we're going to be covering everything from start to finish in this movie, so let's get into it. Obviously, I'm going as podcast Ken for this review because this movie was a lot of fun. This movie definitely took the world by surprise, while at the same time promoting it to hell with Barbenheimer, which was truly what I felt like was a once in a lifetime thing. I couldn't have been more excited to be alive during a time where Barbie and Oppenheimer, two vastly different movies, are going to be coming out the exact same time. Would like to also mention that during the campaigning of this movie, they had a lot of really fun, creative ideas. Like for IMDb, they made all the text, and I think it's still there now, all the text pink. And I like how they were kind of going with that whole pink trend, as well as they did something for Google that when you typed in Barbie, you can't do it now. Believe me, I have tried. That when you typed in Barbie, the whole like screen got like this whoosh of pink, and there was like these sparkles that fell down, and it all made it pink. So I like the way that they really marketed this movie perfectly. I mean, where do we even begin with this movie? Greta Gerwig, writer director, fantastic writer and director, which we'll be covering very, very soon in the Tu-Vie podcast, if not probably out by now. Probably, but still, very, very talented writer director. And this movie just blew all my expectations out of the water for its comedy, its emotion, definitely its story. I didn't really know where a Barbie movie was going to be going, and then we saw the trailer and it made more sense. It looked fun, and then when actually seeing the movie, it was all crystal clear, and it was so well done. I mean, how could you not make a movie that makes $1 billion in what I felt like was like a week and a half or something? Maybe the time was give or take there, but it was a very, very quick way to get $1 billion. And they did a great job with this movie, both letting Greta just make the movie exactly how she needed it to, because there were so many bits in this movie that were necessary to be heard, and just the things that she fought hard to keep, like the "I'm just Ken" thing. This came out, I don't know how long ago from when I'm recording this or even when you're seeing this, but she fought to keep that in the movie when everyone was just trying to like get it cut out, and she fought for it because it was super important to the story, which I firmly agree. Nailing Gosling's Oscar nomination for Best Actor, Best Original Song, everything was perfect. But aside from that, she felt like it was important, and she wasn't willing to just let that go. And I'm really, really glad that the studios trusted her and that she kept fighting for these things, and that even though the studios lately haven't been the smartest with the strike, which is now over by the time I'm recording this, uh, it's just crazy to hear all the stories. But like I said, how could you not make $1 billion of the cast of Margot Robbie as Barbie, Ryan Gosling as Ken, Issa Rae, I'm hoping to say Issa Rae as Barbie, Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie, which was one of my favorite Barbies. I love Kate McKinnon. She's so funny. So I gotta love whatever she does. Alexandra Shipp, who played Barbie. Emma McKay, who, if you guys didn't know, she actually played Barbie in this movie. So it was a quick cameo there. Hari Neff, who played Barbie. Sharon Rooney played Barbie, and also a great cameo from both Dua Lipa and John Cena that played the Mermaid Ken and the Mermaid Barbie. When I saw the photo of John Cena in the attire outfit, I don't know whatever it was, just made my day a little better. Oh, and of course, you can't forget the amazing Simu Liu as Ken, Michael Cera as Alan, which is a fun way to bring him back in. Helen Mirren as a narrator was a really, really good touch. America Ferrera, just the delightful actress she is. She's so fun. Loved all the things she has done as Gloria. Ariana Greenblatt, who's getting tons of stuff right now. She was in Avengers and no Infinity War. She was young Gamora, and then now she's got another thing coming up soon. But she was fun in that movie. And of course, Rhea Perlman as Ruth. Back on track with Barbie. This movie truly took me by surprise, like I said, in its story, its comedy, but more importantly, its emotion. So I saw this movie, I think twice. I know twice, maybe a third time. I can't remember, but I know for sure saw it twice. And I saw it a few months apart. I saw it the day it came out first. And then I had some other stuff come up. And then when it was re-released in IMAX, I saw it with my girlfriend who saw it for the first time then. And the first viewing, loved it. Second viewing, loved it even more. And I think with the second viewing, I had some epiphanies with the way I had in the first movie. Not anything I had wrong. It was just like I realized how much more important, because when I saw it when it first came out, and then I saw it take off on, TikTok with the beautiful Billie Eilish song. What was I? What I was made for? Something like that. I can't remember the name. But if you heard it, and having people, you know, in droves see this movie and learn the lessons that it teaches was great to see. And I'm not afraid to say this. I'm not afraid. I cried my eyes out both times I saw it. I mean, the emotional punch you get is just a wind up and a swing just right to you, because it's so great on how they show you the emotions you have to feel in this movie, which is like inner beauty and the acceptance of being yourself and everything, and learning how much moms do help us, or parents in general really help us, and all these other different beautiful lessons that the movie taught us. I'm really glad Greta wrote, not for explicitly one person. Like everyone thought when the Barbie movie came out, oh, it's just going to be for girls and everything. No, this movie was truly, truly for everyone, but it had a lot of specific things that any gender could take away from and feel better about themselves with. Now, I know there was a specific audience made for this movie in mind. Like this wasn't just to single people out, but I'm glad that it also was applicable to everyone. Like I said, everybody can walk in this movie and take a different lesson for them, but I'm glad that for people of any age can watch this movie, and when you understand the lessons that you have to learn from this movie, you could take from and apply it to the real world. Like for me, what I got, like guys, got to be more in touch with your emotions. Don't be putting up this fence, and learn to be okay with who you are. You don't have to be perfect, and not just putting up this beer broski attitude when you can be vulnerable, and it's okay to be. And for what my girlfriend told me about the things that she saw in this movie was that like it is perfect the way you are. The way you are is exactly how you are, and how you think you're supposed to look like is not exactly the real image of who you are. And I like how this movie really touched on the idea that everybody is perfect exactly the way they are. No, you are not a perfect being, because no one's a perfect being, but who you are as a whole, how you look, how you are personally is beautiful. It's perfect. You don't have to change anything about that. But I think a lot of people forget that inner beauty is more important than outer beauty, and that you have to be okay with who you are and love yourself with that, because that's the first step in just being who you are. And there's tons of more meanings that people had taken from this movie. Like it's not just one thing. It's not just one meaning. Like it's tons of different messages and results that people can feel from themselves in this movie. And that's what I think this movie did so great, is that it wasn't a toy movie. It was a people movie. But as much as it was making me cry, it also made me even laugh just as hard. The comedy that Ryan Gosling never ceases to give is just a knockout every time. Margot Robbie's killing it with comedy. And of course, you got America Ferrera, who did a lot of comedies mainly. And everyone's just so funny. There's not a single person in this movie that didn't add on to the humor. I truly think that nothing was wasted in this movie. No background extra, no set. I mean, look at this set. Look at this. They built not all of that in the background, but they built the dream houses. They made the roads, the cars, everything. I genuinely cannot remember when a singular movie used so much of one color, not just that, but one color that it caused a worldwide shortage of said color. I mean, Blue Man Group probably doesn't even use that much singular color in, I don't know, a year. And the music, like I said, was really good too. And my personal favorite song was I'm Just Ken, performed by Ryan Gosling and all the other Kens. But the thing that shocked me about this is that the guitar riff you hear in the song was, I believe, performed by Slash. That Slash. Didn't expect to see that in a Barbie movie, which is rad. I truly just cannot get enough of this movie. I will watch it forever and ever. And this movie deserved all the reward it got, all the money it earned, all the press it got. Because, like I said, having it come out with Oppenheimer, a crazy movie, just with just the pair alone with Barbie, Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, crazy once in a lifetime experience. I really hope Mattel, if they are going to make more Mattel based character IP movies, they stick with just one Barbie movie because I don't think they need to be making a sequel. They don't. Frankly, all the other movies they're making, I don't think are needed, but I am curious to see how the Vin Diesel Rock'em Sock'em movie is going to be. I don't know if that's Mattel, but just still, I'm just overly curious on how that movie's going to roll. But bottom line, Barbie had huge impact, and the cast, comedy, the writing, the overall story, Greta being a part of the project, just everything was perfectly placed. Everything, if it was done any other way, probably wouldn't have been as great as it is now. And Greta's creative mind and her amazing writing and the way she can direct just like real human emotion is fantastic. I know for some it was a bit of a turn away because Barbie, but really, if you're that person turning away the movie because it's just Barbie, please don't. Do not turn away this movie. This movie may be something you need to hear personally, whatever it may be, it just may be something you need to hear in that movie. And if you're just turning away because you just maybe don't want to watch it, fine. You have your opinions and everything. But if you're just turning it away because it is strictly Barbie, you're missing out. This movie was truly great. Can't wait to own it. Can't wait to rewatch it 1,000 times. Still probably just gonna laugh just as hard. Like I said, highly recommend the movie. Please go watch it if you haven't seen it. That'll be our review for the Barbie movie. Really, really good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, it should be out on digital by now, at least when this is coming out, or at least coming out soon. So either set a reminder for when it's coming out or go see it now. If you guys haven't seen our podcast, the Tu-Vie podcast, go check out season 2 right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. While season 1 is exclusively on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, they are still out there for your guys' enjoyment. Also, be sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Letterboxd. We post a lot of good stuff there. And each week, when we're talking about either a director or something off the topic of the episode, I post out some stuff there, some clues on our Letterboxd and Instagram. So be sure to check them out if you guys want to keep up with what's going on. Thank you guys again for watching. See you guys next time.